Have you ever wondered how much impact a toxic relationship can have on your life? Just ponder on this for a moment. Relationships, they're the bedrock of our lives. They shape us, mold us, and sometimes they can break us, especially when they turn toxic. The emotional, psychological, and even physical effects can be devastating. It's a ripple effect that touches every aspect of our existence. Today, we will delve deeper into the impact of toxic relationships using real-life case studies. What exactly do we mean when we say toxic relationships? It's a term that's thrown around quite a bit, but it's crucial to understand its full depth and implications. Imagine being in a relationship where you constantly feel undermined, devalued, or even afraid. That's the essence of a toxic relationship. It's a connection, whether it be romantic, platonic, or familial, that drains you emotionally, psychologically, and sometimes physically. Let's delve into the various forms of toxicity, starting with emotional manipulation. This is a subtle yet powerful form of control where one person uses tactics like guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or playing the victim to manipulate the other's emotions. It's like being caught in a psychological tug-of-war where you're always on the losing end. Moving on, we have physical abuse. Here, harm isn't just metaphorical, it's an environment where the threat or act of physical violence is used as a means of control. It's a terrifying reality for many, and its scars run deep. Lastly, we have constant criticism, a form of toxicity that chips away at your self-esteem bit by bit. It's being in a relationship where you're persistently belittled, leading to a damaging erosion of your self-worth. Each of these forms of toxicity can exist separately or coexist in a relationship, making it a complex and challenging issue to navigate. Now that we have a better understanding of what toxic relationships are, let's explore their impact through some real-life case studies. Meet Sarah, a successful woman who found herself in a toxic relationship filled with emotional manipulation. Sarah is a high-ranking executive in a Fortune 500 company. She's smart, driven, and seemingly invincible in the boardroom, but behind closed doors, her story is different. Sarah was in a relationship where she was constantly made to feel unworthy, a victim of emotional manipulation. Her partner was a master manipulator, using tactics like gaslighting to control her. He would twist situations, deny facts, and make her question her own perception of reality. Sarah started doubting her own memories, her own voice. She was convinced that she was the problem, that she was the one causing the strife in their relationship. The manipulation didn't stop there. He would belittle her accomplishments, making her feel insignificant and undervalued. Despite her successes at work, she was made to believe she wasn't good enough. This constant barrage of negativity began to seep into her professional life, tainting her self-confidence and performance. Her self-esteem took a beating. She began to question her capabilities, her worth. She felt isolated, trapped, unable to break free from the cycle of emotional abuse. The once vibrant and confident woman was now just a shadow of her former self. Emotionally drained and mentally exhausted, Sarah sought help. She went to therapy, joined support groups, and started the process of healing. It was a long, arduous journey, but Sarah was determined to reclaim her life. The impact of emotional manipulation on Sarah's life was profound. It not only affected her mental health, causing anxiety and depression, but also her career. She had to take a leave of absence to focus on her recovery. It was a wake-up call for Sarah, an eye-opener to the damage that emotional manipulation can cause. Sarah's story sheds light on how emotional manipulation can deeply affect one's life. It's a cautionary tale that serves as a reminder. Emotional abuse is real, it's damaging, and it's never okay. Now, let's talk about John, a man who suffered physical abuse in his relationship. John was a jovial, outgoing individual, full of life and charisma. However, as he got entangled in a toxic relationship, his personality began to change. His partner, once sweet and caring, slowly turned violent, inflicting physical harm on him on multiple occasions. The abuse was unpredictable and unfathomable. It started out as small incidents, a shove here, a slap there. But as time went on, the violence escalated, leaving John with visible bruises and a broken spirit. While the physical wounds healed over time, the mental trauma etched deeper into his psyche. He found himself constantly on edge, always anticipating the next wave of violence. The abuse was not just physical, it was emotional too. His partner manipulated him into thinking that he was to blame for the violence. He was made to believe that he was the reason for his partner's anger, that he was the cause of the turmoil. This psychological manipulation made him feel powerless and trapped. John's mental and physical health began to deteriorate. He lost weight, his sleep was disturbed, and he developed anxiety. His once vibrant personality was replaced with a quiet, withdrawn demeanor. His friends noticed the change, but John, burdened with shame and fear, kept his ordeal a secret. Despite the ordeal, John found the strength to escape his toxic relationship. He reached out to a trusted friend and shared his story. This friend, shocked yet supportive, connected John with a local domestic violence hotline. The professionals there provided him with resources and helped him devise a safe plan to leave his abusive relationship. It was a difficult journey, but John persevered and managed to reclaim his life. John is now working on healing and rebuilding his life. He's attending therapy and is a part of a support group for survivors of domestic abuse. His story is one of resilience and courage, a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity. John's story serves as a stark reminder of how physical abuse can leave long-lasting scars. But it also reminds us of the power of reaching out, seeking help, and breaking free from the chains of toxic relationships. Finally, let's discuss Lisa, a woman who was constantly criticized by her partner. Lisa, a vibrant and vivacious woman, found herself in a relationship with a partner who seemed to always find fault in her. It began subtly with small comments about her cooking or her choice of clothing. Over time, however, these criticisms grew sharper, more frequent, and more personal. Lisa's partner made her believe that his constant criticism was for her own good. He masked his toxic behavior under the guise of love, saying that he only wanted her to be the best version of herself. But this was far from the truth. He was, in fact, using criticism as a tool to control and belittle her. The impact of this constant criticism was devastating. Lisa's self-confidence began to crumble. She started doubting her abilities, her decisions, and even her worth as a person. She found herself constantly on edge, worrying about the next critique that would come her way. This continuous state of tension and fear took a toll on her mental health. She developed anxiety, had trouble sleeping, and even started suffering from depressive episodes. The effects of this toxic relationship didn't end when Lisa finally mustered the courage to leave her critical partner. The constant criticism had left deep scars on her psyche. It affected her ability to form healthy relationships later on. She found it hard to trust others and was always second-guessing herself. She feared that any mistake would lead to the same barrage of criticism she had faced in her past relationship. But Lisa's story isn't just about the damage caused by constant criticism. It's also a story of resilience and recovery. With time, therapy, and a lot of self-love, Lisa was able to regain her confidence. She learned to recognize and avoid toxic behaviors in others, and more importantly, she learned to value and love herself. Lisa's experience highlights how constant criticism can erode one's self-esteem and happiness. It serves as a stark reminder that criticism, when used as a tool for control and belittlement, can have long-lasting and damaging effects on an individual's mental health and well-being. Toxic relationships can have devastating effects, as we've seen through Sarah, John, and Lisa's stories. Each of them found themselves caught in a web of manipulation, abuse, and relentless criticism, their mental health and overall well-being taking a heavy toll. Sarah's story underscored the insidious nature of emotional manipulation. It showed us how underhanded tactics can gradually erode one's self-esteem and sense of self-worth, leading to a constant state of self-doubt and insecurity. Then we delved into John's experience of physical abuse. His story highlighted the harsh reality that abuse isn't always visible to the outside world. It served as a stark reminder that physical violence, hidden under the guise of love, can lead to severe psychological trauma, and in some cases, life-threatening situations. Lisa's tale revealed the damage constant criticism can inflict. It showed us how a ceaseless onslaught of negative feedback can breed a toxic environment, stifling growth, creativity, and the joy of life. These narratives are a testament to the far-reaching impacts of toxic relationships. They serve as a reminder of the importance of recognizing and escaping from such destructive dynamics. It's crucial to understand that it's not the responsibility of the victim to fix or change the abuser. The first step is to acknowledge the toxicity, and the next is to seek help. Help can come from various sources. Friends and family can provide emotional support, while professional resources such as therapists, counselors, and helplines can offer expert advice and guidance. There are numerous organizations dedicated to helping those in toxic relationships find the strength and resources to break free. Remember, Everyone deserves to be in a healthy and respectful relationship. Don't let toxicity hold you back from living your best life. If you found this video helpful, please share it with others who might benefit from it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts or experiences.